The aftermath of World War II saw Japan, once a formidable imperial power, reduced to a nation in ruins. The United States assumed the responsibility of occupying Japan, undertaking a monumental task of reconstruction and societal transformation. This video explores the period of Japan's occupation by the United States, focusing on the years following World War II and the profound impact it had on Japan's trajectory during the early years of the Cold War. 1. Post-World War II Japan, a nation in ruins. In 1945, Japan faced devastation on a scale unparalleled in its history. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, coupled with relentless conventional bombings, left the country's infrastructure in ruins. The surrender of Japan marked the beginning of a new era as the nation entered an unprecedented phase of occupation. 2. The U.S.'s occupation, SCAP and General Douglas MacArthur. Under the command of General Douglas MacArthur, the supreme commander for the Allied powers SCAP, the United States assumed control of Japan's governance. MacArthur's role was not only military but extended to overseeing the reconstruction of Japanese society, politics, and economy. 3. Demilitarization and democratization. A new Japanese constitution. One of the first major initiatives during the occupation was the demilitarization of Japan. The 1947 Japanese Constitution, often referred to as the Post-War Constitution or the MacArthur Constitution, renounced war as a sovereign right and embraced democratic principles. This marked a radical departure from Japan's imperial past. 4. Economic reconstruction and the role of Zaibatsu. The U.S. in the occupation aimed to transform Japan into a peaceful and democratic nation. Economic reforms included the dissolution of Zaibatsu, large industrial conglomerates that played a significant role in Japan's pre-war economy. The restructuring aimed to prevent the concentration of economic power and promote fair competition. 5. Land reforms and redistribution, transforming agrarian structures. Land reform was another critical component of the occupation's agenda. The redistribution of land aimed to dismantle the feudal agrarian system, empower tenant farmers, and create a more equitable distribution of agricultural resources. This move contributed to the modernization of Japan's agricultural sector. 6. Education reforms, a democratic and pacifist curriculum. Education underwent significant reforms under the U.S. occupation. The curriculum was revamped to instill democratic values and promote pacifism. Emphasis was placed on fostering critical thinking and civic education to prevent the resurgence of nationalist ideologies. 7. Economic miracle and the U.S.-Japan Security Treaty. Japan's post-war economic recovery, often termed the economic miracle, began to take shape in the 1950s. The U.S.-Japan Security Treaty, signed in 1951, allowed the United States to maintain military bases in Japan, providing a security umbrella for the nation. This treaty also positioned Japan as a key ally in the U.S. Cold War strategy in the Asia-Pacific region. 8. Cultural shifts. Impact on gender roles and society. The occupation period catalyzed cultural shifts in Japanese society. Reforms aimed at gender equality and democratization altered traditional gender roles. The new constitution guaranteed equal rights for men and women, setting the stage for ongoing societal changes. 9. End of occupation. The San Francisco Peace Treaty 1951. The U.S. occupation officially ended with the signing of the San Francisco Peace Treaty in 1951. This treaty restored Japan's sovereignty and paved the way for its reintegration into the international community. Japan became a key U.S. ally in the Cold War struggle against communism in Asia. 10. Legacy. Shaping modern Japan and U.S.-Japan relations. The legacy of the U.S. occupation endures in modern Japan. The transformative reforms implemented during this period laid the foundation for Japan's post-war success. U.S.-Japan relations, initially shaped during the occupation, evolved into a close alliance that persists today, underscoring the enduring impact of this pivotal period in history. Conclusion. The U.S. Occupation of Japan after World War II was a complex and transformative chapter that shaped the trajectory of a nation devastated by war. The reforms implemented during this period, from constitutional changes to economic restructuring, set the stage for Japan's remarkable post-war recovery. The close alliance forged between the United States and Japan during the occupation laid the foundation for a partnership that continues to shape the geopolitics of the Asia-Pacific region.